Yeah, let's go with it. It's your boy Simba. And today we're gonna be doing I believe another classic mukbang, but today the topic kinda, unfortunately gets me a bit uneasy. It's it's actually about, there was a Israeli meeting of like I guess like the top, people representing their government, and they had a meeting in Atlanta, and they were speaking about how the biggest threat to Israel or Israelis is the young black community. What? Like, what? So I'm like, it's just so crazy to me because like it's like to say that about a whole community, like to say that, even like, let's say if you were saying like that about the Jewish youth or something like that, right? And you're just sitting there and you're talking to a whole bunch of people and you're like, the biggest threat is the Jewish youth. Like, you'd be like, my boy, like, you being anti-Semitic. So I mean, if I'm thinking about it, like, there has to be a new word when people do stuff like this and they're talking about black people, because racism is really just so regular that it's like very desensitized to really the realities of what it is. Like, there has to be like, because I mean, like, there has to be a word that like equates to like anti-Semitism, because just like um you know there was the Holocaust, and just as people were treated badly, and people lost their lives, that that's the that's the same story that black people went through too. So when it comes to innocent people going through atrocities, and from heartless people, it's not acceptable at all. And because one of my favorite quotes, if you don't know history, then you're bound to repeat it. So I think that's why even in 9/11 they were like, never forget, never forget, never forget. But what's so crazy, like, we found out 9/11 was fake. So like, that's even crazier, because it's like, y'all just treat people just so y'all could just gain, and that's tough, because I remember even like the Muslim homies or whatever, like, people were being very, very disrespectful, and they were not treating them as if uh, they were not a threat. Like, every single time somebody was around them, or everybody on TV, everybody is joking, comedians, everybody's talking about like, oh, bombs and this, that, and the third, and it's not, and none of it was real. you know it's like, it's crazy. And people really went out there, and they were so determined to stop a threat that they were willing to really put their put their alls out, like put their all out, their heart out, everything. And it's unfortunate that things like that happen, and propaganda is used to to uh, to emotionally puppeteer, people's emotions and their perspectives and who they favor, so people could do whatever they want to do, and that's very unfortunate. But yeah, when I was seeing this, like, I was just very, very like, wait, like, so how is it like the black youth, like, I mean, this is what I do know though, like the Israelites in the Bible and the Israelites that are in Palestine, in Israel, they're not the same. They're not the same Israelites. So that could probably be a big reason, because the if you know the Bible scriptures, all the pastors they know all the pastors they know the Bible scriptures. The Israelites, what they went through, what was prophesied that they were gonna go through, all sorts of things. So, and those are the people that are in America. That's the I believe the 12 tribes of Jerusalem that are spread around. And so I could see how that understanding could trigger a panic, because most people are just coming into terms with it. Like, most people are just coming into terms of how propaganda is used, and how history is rewritten, so people can keep on gaining from other people's losses. But yeah, without further ado, what I'm saying, I got some some very, very, very fire pasta. Baked beans with, like, got the vegetarian pasta going, what I'm saying, with the mushrooms, bell peppers, everything is just very, very it's on point. And I've never had the combination before with the baked beans and the pasta, but I took one little taste, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, no, it's definitely hitting. It's definitely hitting. But without further ado, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you enjoy this video. I saw this and I definitely had to react to the rest of it, because as soon as I saw like that first 5 minutes, I realized, I'm like, yo, this is actually like a real like serious thing. Like, different world leaders, they operate differently. So it's intriguing and interesting to see, like, how people speak about people. It's kind of crazy. Like, to me, it's an eye opener. And just to know that they're not talking about, oh, we need to educate or anything like that. It's just like, no, the black youth is the problem, while there's a whole war going on. That's wild. That's wild to me. And there's just so many things about this that just is just like, dang, like we're finally coming into our own, and it's like, that's not a good thing. Like, we're finally being better. The spell is finally coming off us. And, like, we're really finally, fasting, praying, reading the Bible scriptures, knowing, who we are, I would have thought that's the most heavenly thing that could have ever happened. You know, I would have thought that's the best thing. That's, you know, I like that one Lil Wayne song. Best thing in yet. Best thing in best thing. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, let me get to this. Let me get to this start button so you guys could, you know, even witness and see what I saw, and yeah, formulate your own opinions. Like, and what's the deal with this? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I really was thinking like what's happening right now is the best thing that's ever happened ever, and thank God. You know, people are getting back to God. Like, black people are getting back to God. You know, like, I thought, like, there's nothing better than that. That's the best thing ever. You know, and thank you, Jesus. Black people are getting back to Jesus and having a relationship, like, not just the whole family, but like everybody has their own relationship with Jesus, you know. Because even if all y'all go to church, that doesn't mean that any of y'all have a relationship with Jesus. You're just being told stories, you're not actually having a relationship with Jesus. But if you have a relationship with Jesus and everything else that is heavenly and godly and engulfed in the Holy Spirit and the King of Kings, the God of gods, the Lords of lords, Jesus Christ, you know, who was made by the Creator. Is running that thing, then everything should be heavenly and heavenly bound. But I'm not gonna lie, I still am so happy and super excited for everything that is happening and all the African world leaders and you know what I'm saying, like, and everyone and all the Black Americans in America, like, everybody's waking up to, like, you know, music and like just the greatness of God's people and how God is our Father, how Jesus is our Father. So, you know, we're making our Father proud, you know. And when we do that, He in turn upgrades us, you know, to the best that we've ever been. Even if we thought we was the one. When we embrace Him, He makes us even better than what we thought. So you even better. And true, that connection needs to be known from a baby who's 1 year old. Because it's much like you won't even have to encourage him. You're going to. You're just going to be rooting him on anyway. But when God is with you, anything is possible. Everything is possible. And what's heavenly will be shown every second. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's your boy Sin What. Let's check this out real quick. Let's put this right here. And let's get to eating.
Please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I'm saying massive shout out to every one of you for the love, the support you will shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that I saw where Israel were having meeting, their leaders were having meeting, and they said that young Black generations are their major problem. So I was in kind of, I was like, how are Black people, how did Black people get into your business? Or how did you, like, all of a sudden start mentioning Black people? And then it dawned on me that that Black people refuse to be shut down and all that. You all can see what is going on in Israel and Hamas and Gaza and Palestine. black people are also out there speaking their mind and rendering their voices. So they already like sat back and like they were like, man, how are these people still speaking? How are they still talking? They are scared. Why? Because they think that all the things they have done to black people are going to wake up one day and do it to them. So at every point in time, or at any points there, or any time they get, they use it to drag black people into their business. Because I don't know how black people made it to Israel when what is going on is between Israel, Hamas, Gaza, and Palestine, and then they drag Hamas into it, right? How did black people make it into that? I mean, how did they get into there? Because I am trying to find out how black people made it into this discussion. But then they know the real people. They know black people are the real people. And then they are like, man, these people really have guts. I mean, they have been out there pushing out for, I mean, with everything they have been through, they are still out there speaking for Palestinians. So they are confused and scared. We don't want to go through what they have been through. So they are also, they are kind of scared because like these people with everything we've done to them, you know, what if the table turn? Let's get into this video.
Of the Israeli government holding a private convention here in the United States. One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varney Shorer. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying that the biggest problem that they had was young black people in the United States. But don't worry, they've got some black leaders on the payroll.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community. The problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community. Black is with the young generation of the black community.
This was an Israeli government official who was saying this, not some low-level operative or some rogue member of their diplomatic corps. This was a senior member of their administrative government who was saying this on American soil. Their biggest problem wasn't Hamas or Hezbollah or the Palestinian Authority or Syria or even Iran. She said that Israel's biggest problem was young black people in the United States.
With the young generation of the black community.
I got a serious question. Why can't clear people leave black people alone? What in the ever fuck do black people got to do with what the hell is going on in Israel? Why is it y'all always trying to find a way to put some shit on black people? Our president ain't even black no more. It's a white man. So what the fuck is happening? I legitimately need a white person to tell me what the fuck is y'all problem with black people. For real. Because we really don't do shit to y'all. Like all the violent shit that you keep in your head saying that we do, we don't do that shit. Y'all do that shit. Raping, killing, murdering, y'all are the top of the food chain when it comes to all violence. Why is it that y'all is on our backs like we the ones who doing it more than y'all? Like, for real, black people just stay on repeat in your mind. And I really need to understand why. You know what? I know why. I don't know why I'm playing around. I know why. It's because we the chosen people. We the chosen people. And the white people was trying to do whatever they can to eradicate our ass because they don't want us to go home. That's what it is. We are the holders of the earth. And y'all ass is the visitors. And y'all mad. That's what it is. It can't be nothing else. Like, science has proven this as a fact. It can't be nothing else at this point. See, I didn't want to get to the point of that realization because that point of realization comes towards the edge of being prejudiced. But goddamn it, it's the fucking truth. Because otherwise, it ain't no point for white people to look at black people the way that y'all do. Because all the shit that y'all scared that we gonna do, y'all did it to us first. My mind is blown. Let me go lay down. I'm finna take a nap. Goodbye. Now, wait a minute. I gotta go back and I gotta fix something because I just went on a rant, but it was a good rant, so I'm not gonna do it over, and I need to correct myself. If you have been on my page for a while, you know that I have two categories of white people. There are regular white people, and then there are clear people. The white people are the good people who stand for everything great, gracious, and empathize with everybody and everything around them. Then there are clear people who are nationalists and who don't give a fuck about nothing but their own skin color. Those are the ones that we don't like. Now, with that being said, I know that there are white people out here who are actually our allies. But here's the thing, y'all. Y'all, our allies only where we can hear and see you. We now need you to be our allies out there, out in public, where everybody can hear and see you. Okay, that means going out and talking to everybody in your community about how bad it is that people of color are being treated. Grandma, grandpa, auntie, uncle, mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, your next door neighbor, Miss Lulu around the corner, the lady who be up at the fresh market that you go and shop at, her and her whole entire family. Go to your church and scream it from the mountaintops. They ask for you to do an open prayer in your church. Pray for the people of color and make everybody around you feel like shit because they don't feel the same way and they need to change the way that they are thinking. We need you to go into your communities now and speak up for us because just standing in our community and telling us how you're here with us ain't helping no more. Ain't nobody listening. You got to go knock on everybody else's door so that they can hear you clearly. For real, for real. I know y'all out there. I know you out there, and I'm grateful for you. It's a lot of people who are grateful for you, but we need you to make a little bit more noise because, baby, let me tell you something. We this close to standing on a landmine and blowing every fucking thing up into World War III. You hear what I'm saying to you? We need help. Y'all got to come out here and make noise because this shit is... Go back and watch the original video. That's some shit. Go and do your own research and watch what the woman said. It's some shit. Have a good one.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation.
Youngins though?
I mean, that's fine. We don't like you either, so. Okay. I'm so used to people not liking black people that when a new group of people just randomly says they don't like young black people.
We're on legendary mode right now.
Alright. I mean, you know they're only saying this because Palestine supports Black Lives Matter, right? That's it. That's literally it. And the worst part is, she said this in Atlanta, never dominantly black city. I'm gonna do this real quick. Stop talking shit about Black Lives Matter if you're not going to get the facts right. Yes, there were people part of Black Lives Matter. Some people, because the organization splintered off into multiple different sects. Something gets too big too quickly. It tends to happen. Some people use the money for things that they weren't supposed to use it for. They were wrong, and they deserve to be held accountable. Very factual. That does not wipe away the intent, nor purpose, and driving force of the organization, which is to bring attention to the disproportionate concern for lives of black people lost at the hands of law enforcement. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know why it was started. That is literally it. And these riots that just say we were burning the place down. Do you know how many videos of it was from people from out of town? People from other communities? Not niggas. Coming to these protests strictly to tear shit up? You know I was in Charlotte when Darren Scott got shot? There was a dude in Charlotte that got shot too right off Old Concord Road, like right outside my neighborhood when that man got killed by police. Do you know how many people from outside of Charlotte were coming here just to tear shit up? Bro, our whole downtown was destroyed. There was a burning car right by Sugar Creek. And y'all blame Black Lives Matter when they didn't do that. And that's what y'all been doing this entire time. And the worst part is it was on the news. This shit was caught on the news. It was police officers dressed in plain clothes who would see a peaceful protest, and protesters started pointing them out. They would come in ski masks and all black. Like, come on, bro. And white people know that. But again, alt-right people have a very cozy relationship with Middle Eastern superpowers. Saudi Arabia definitely gave Donald Trump's son almost $3 billion? $3 billion? A lot of goddamn money that could have went to reparations. But they're so on Hunter Biden's neck about accepting money from China and Russia. This nigga Trump was about to build Trump towers in Russia. He was asking political leaders from other countries to help him win elections. Oh, well, other people do it too. And they're wrong too, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? At the end of the day, it's like this. I understand Black Lives Matter is like Republican scapegoat. And what really broke my heart, seeing Jewish Americans who used to stand with us in solidarity for Black Lives Matter, saying that we were burning the country down. When all we're doing is just saying that, can y'all stop carpet bombing people that you said could leave, and you're bombing them at the only exit? Like, why are we getting blamed for saying no to genocide? And American Jewish people are doing so because a lot of people like to play to minority status when it benefits them. But we could be 1,000 and say this. If anyone is supporting Israel, they say, well, I'm Jewish, you're white. And you're playing to your whiteness. You're not Jewish because your faith would not support genocide. Jewish people do not support Israel. No, they don't. That's why Jewish people in America daily protest against Israel. Real people who truly follow the faith of Judaism. Same thing with actual Muslims are incredibly peaceful. It's a peaceful faith. Period. I use arguments that are hypocritical that try to justify why you support Israel. When you just support Israel because those are Muslims being bombed to oblivion. And Muslims are savage, right? Find disingenuous to when they try to turn us against Islam or other faiths, when, to be honest, we probably have more Muslims who fuck with us than actual Christians here, because it just turns to Zionism, and y'all Zionism turns to genocide and totalitarianism. Y'all trying to take books out to school, put 10 commandments on the walls, but I can't read about Malcolm X. The slave masters are all friends. I just want y'all to remember that. Slave masters, oppressors, and mass murderers are all friends. She's over here on our taxpayer money, telling us we're the problem. Our taxpayer money. Like, shorty, how dare you come here and say you have a problem with Black Lives Matter when the niggas who started this taxpayer money is funding the crimes you're committing now? The absolute nerve. But, of course, anytime there's something wrong and, the black people are saying things that are somewhat factual, blame the young black people. It's their fault. And as our job as people who are maybe a little older than the youngins who are speaking to 19, 20-year-olds, y'all ain't gonna keep coming for our kids, bro. Y'all think it's an easy thing.
We love them.
Even in the French and Indian War, that a lot of people gonna tell you with the Gullah Gullah Wars, that's an entirely different conversation. They used to fight us toe-to-toe with our soldiers. Lose. Go to our encampments and attack our women and children. This is what y'all always do. Y'all would rather attack children than stand in the face of men and scholars, academics. And I'm getting tired of it. Stop attacking Black Lives Matter, y'all scapegoat, because it's a weak one. Because we can talk about the numerous amount of institutions and groups y'all start that have purposely caused destruction. Y'all talk about Black Lives Matter, but y'all don't bring up MAGA. And that in itself is absurd to me, because I can list you the amount of people MAGA rallies have killed. We forget about Charlottesville, Virginia, huh? How MAGA Republicans were stabbing people with flag poles. Ran a lady over. When that happened in a Black Lives Matter rally? When was, outside of the police, anyone else committing real violence? Didn't that Kyle Reese dude come with a gun in opposition of
Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
No shit. No shit. Thanks for saying the quiet part out loud. If Black Americans one day decided that we were just collectively done with the shit and we were going to rise up against our own oppressive government and the genocide going on in Palestine, it'd be over. It'd be over in like 3 to 5 business days, if you hear what I'm saying. Like, why do you think Black revolutionary leaders dropped like flies? And who do you think did it? So just to be clear, the Israeli state thinks that we, the Black community, are the biggest threat to Israel. And they're right. Honestly, they probably just saw my TikTok account. Like, if we're being real, that's a joke. That's a joke. I'm not that conceited.
Is with the young generation of the black community.
Now, what in the world did black people do to Israel? Israel is not getting bombed by black people. I wonder if it has to do with this. Now, I'm going to move my big old face out the screen, right? Because I can't read this stuff. I know this video is about to get taken down, so you share it like wildfire. But you go down the rabbit hole, and future time, I'll go deep diving into the true history about this stuff that they like to hide. Or go ahead and take a snapshot of this and do your own research. You got it? All right, hold on. I got another page, right? Watch this. All right, watch this. Now, I actually used to do demolition in New York, and we used to clear out houses. Hopefully you got the snapshot of that. Apartments, wealthy of these kind of people's homes. And unfortunately, from moving around so much, I lost the books that I found. But they have books that they don't even publish. They just privately circulate amongst their own libraries. This stuff is literally printed out by themselves and copied by themselves, in each other, and sent to each other about this real history about what they did. And so they know that a large portion of black Americans are indeed Israelites. They know and understand that a large portion of Native Americans in the North America, Central America, and South America, aka you Latinos, are Israelites. The problem is the people that are making the most noise about this and the true identity of a lot of the people that descend from the transatlantic slave trade is that a lot of them are unfortunately antichrist, and they have made the identity and the history the God instead of Jesus Christ. But the history is there, and the history is real, and actually in my class tonight in the breakdown of Revelation, part of the big deal is to stop the 144,000 of the actual lineage of Israelites scattered all around the world from being sealed. So this is why you have Hebrew Israelites being, not all of them, but the more loudmouth ones, they're actually controlled opposition to make sure that they end up in an antichrist spirit and don't get sealed. I'm telling you, the conspiracy on this gets deep. Repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand.
Is with the young generation of the black community.
All of the young generation of the black community, Judah, I hope y'all listening. I hope y'all listening. And y'all out here doing all this stupid shit, being chaotic and killing your own people. And they are setting and getting ready to get y'all ass. You better pay attention, and you better change the frequency. Start helping your own. Stop hurting your own. Because the beast is bigger than you. And the only way you can beat the beast is if y'all come together as one. Stop hurting each other. Stop hating on each other. Grow together and get ready. Because these motherfuckers are about to set up things to fucking take y'all out. Little by little. Change y'all frequency. Watch the rest of this so y'all can learn something. Stop being destructive to your own people. And watch and learn.